everyone, welcome to Geek Latte. I'm your host Cindy. That's right, I said Geek Latte. I am changing the format of this channel yet again of my videos because those of you who have been subscribed to me for a long time now, you've seen me kind of try different things and juggle real life with trying to get my videos out, and it's just never really working. So I'm still trying to figure something out, and I think I'm a slow learner. Sorry, and I think what I need to do is just put everything under one banner as I was doing with my website and not have like different focuses everywhere, because I'm finding that I have a lot of interests, but I just keep focusing on different things, and I can't put my full attention into just one of them. So what I have to do is kind of be a red mage and just do everything. So I'm jack of all trades. That's kind of a person that I am. I don't really excel at one thing, but I'm good at a lot of things. So all of that to say that everything that I do now is going to be under the Geek Latte name and banner. The new website again is geeklatte.net, not .com, as I mistakenly said a few times on my past videos. Sorry about that. It's geeklatte.net. And my new Twitter is Geek Latte. It's the same account, so just change the name, right? But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about Final Fantasy XIV, and before I progress further, I will show you right now, after I speak here, the recording that I made last week. There was complications at the end of the video. My sound, the audio went off, and I just got really frustrated, and I was just going to do the whole video over again, but it just never happened because I've been really busy. So what I'm going to do now is just show you what I managed to salvage from last week, and then we'll continue on with the rest of this video and the news for Final Fantasy XIV. Here we go. Greetings, Eorzeans! Welcome to Moogle Speak. It's a very exciting episode today because we are talking about the release date for A Realm Reborn, which will be on sale August 27, 2013. So at the end of the summer, as promised. So that's the date that we will finally be able to play the game for reals. Although, for those of us who are going to be part of the beta, which should be really most people, if you try to get in, the beta phase 4, I believe, will not be deleted. Now, don't take that as word for sure. That's what I hear, is that in beta phase 4, which is basically open beta, you will be able to keep your characters. And if that's not true, then at least for sure we will get a head start. So I'm not sure what the head start date is, but you will be able to play the game August 27th anyway. So awesome, so exciting. If you're a legacy player, there are some couple things you need to know. First of all, well, I'll just go over the whole thing. If you're a legacy player, which means that you have played or paid for 3 consecutive months of playtime. It doesn't have to be, you know, all in a row, but if you paid for 3 months combined together, if you add all your playtime together, and it equals 3 months of playtime, you are labeled a legacy player. When you last log into your account, you would have seen a little meteor sign there that says legacy. It's like a little insignia or a little badge, I guess, that is on your account. If you haven't checked your account in forever, you don't remember seeing that, once the game launches, or once the open beta is there or whatever, you'll be able to go into your Square Enix account and check for the badge. And then it's under your service accounts, and then the one that qualifies for the legacy has the badge on it. So your monthly payment after the first 30 days, which is going to be free. So once the game launches and you have had an original box or an original game for 1.0 when the game first launched 2 years ago, you will be able to play the game for free for the first 30 days as if you just bought it. So anyway, so you go into your I'm muddling this up. I'm just going to start over. We're going to cut at 4 minutes game. Greetings, Eorzeans! Welcome to Moogle Speak for a very exciting episode today. Yesterday we had Square Enix announce the sale date for A Realm Reborn, the official launch date. It will be August 27th, 2013. So as promised, we'll be able to play the launch version of the new Final Fantasy XIV at the end of August. So very, very exciting news. I'm going to go over a few things that is general knowledge, but I still see a lot of people asking questions on game sites and on forums and all that they're not too sure. So I'm just going to go over what all that means for everybody. Now, for those of you who ordered the game originally for 1.0, who played, maybe you just played the launch version, maybe you just played the first month or whatever, and then you didn't play, are you going to have to buy A Realm Reborn again, another version of the game, even though you bought 1.0 already? No, you don't have to. Now, if you want to, that's up to you, but you do not have to. You will be able to log into your Square Enix account and download the game for free, the base game for free, and you can play for the first 30 days for free as if you just bought the game. Now, if you have a collector's edition, or if you had pre-order items or whatever, those items are still tied to your account, so you still have access to those. If you pre-ordered the collector's edition originally, you also will be given the new collector's edition items, so the brand new ones, which are, let me see now, pre-order bonuses. Not pre-order bonuses, I'm sorry. I wanted the collector's edition no, sorry. Okay, I have to go back to overview. So basically, you get you will get the digital items for free. You don't get the physical items for free. But you will get, okay, here we go, the Helm of Light. So we had originally the Onion Helm. Now you get a new helm. It's the Helm of Light with the horns and stuff. You get a mount. You get the Curl mount. You get Behemoth Barding for your Chocobo mount. And you get a baby Behemoth minion. I'll talk about minions and pets later, but so it's basically a little mini pet. So you get that if you had the original collector's edition. And you get the other digital items that you had before. Now, if you want the physical stuff, you get an art book. This art book features a wholesale artwork made for the blah, 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 by art director Ahiko Yoshida. Okay, and his team of artists. So you can order that. What else do you get? You get a special era movie content disc. So the making of whatever, or was it? What is it called? Oh, witness the dawn of the 7th Umbral era that brought destruction to the realm of Eorzea. This special video offers a deeper understanding of the world of A Realm Reborn by showcasing the journey that the Warriors of Light embarked upon as they headed towards the 7th Umbral. Oh my gosh. I might need to buy another collector's edition just for that movie. So anyway, so there's going to be a special movie as well. And the exclusive box. So it's really not that much. You get an art book, and you get a movie. Oh, and you also get, I'm sorry, there is more stuff. There's a card set. So basically the card sets are just little, they're like postal cards, and there are artwork on them. But highly detailed CG art brought to life. So I have some already from my previous, not my previous collector's edition, but from previous Square Enix stuff. And there's another theme security token, which is a totally different theme. So yeah, you can get that too. And the special soundtrack. Well, soundtracks, honestly, I usually end up downloading them anyway. So, but yeah, there's a soundtrack, which to me isn't that big of a deal. Now, if you pre-order the game, and this, if you already had the game, you do not have access to this. This is only for new pre-orders only. You will get a Kate Sith doll minions or mini pet and mini Kate Sith, and you get a Mog cap, which looks pretty freaking cool. It's like a Mog Moogle head with the little pom-pom and ears and everything. So it's just freaking adorable. And you get early access, which we all get, so whatever. But yeah, you only get that if you pre-order another game. If you already have it, you don't get that. If you're a Legacy player, now let me explain Legacy again. A Legacy player is someone that paid for the 1.0 version of the game for 3 months, and it doesn't have to be 3 months in a row. It's called calculated together. So if you paid for 3 months, if all your playtime adds up to 3 months, then you were tagged as a legacy player. And if you look into your Square Enix account, under your service accounts, there should be a little badge, and it's like a little red badge with a meteor on it. That means that you're legacy, and the perks of legacy is you get early access. For sure, you were in the beta already, probably. What else? And you will get a discounted subscription fee. So yes, the game is subscription based for sure at launch. And for legacy players, it is $9.99 a month, so $10 a month. For everybody else, it is $12.99 a month for a service account, so to be able to play. So that's pretty awesome. Also, legacy players get Chocobo with really cool Dark Knight looking barding. And what else do we get? I think that's it. Oh, we get our names in the credits and stuff like that, so whatever, no big deal. But that's what that means. Now, there was a lot of confusion about multi-boxing, which I kind of wanted to go over. Now, if you guys want to correct me, I'm pretty sure I got it figured out, but unless I'm wrong, feel free to contact me or let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong. But hold on, I need coffee. So people were wondering if you can, okay, so so if you have a Square Enix account, you can have 2 service accounts. So you can register 2 copies of the game and have them both under the same Square Enix account. So you can manage 2 different players, right? Which is what I want to do, which is great for families. That's what I want to do with my daughter, because my daughter really wants to play, but I'm the one that's going to be paying for it. So I'm going to have her under my Square Enix, my master account. Now, some people are wondering if you can like only have 1 subscription and then have 2 characters logging at the same time. Like you can have 1 person playing on PC and then 1 person playing on the PS3 under the same service account. You cannot do that. As far as I understand, you can only if you want to have 2 people or 2 characters play at the same time, you need 2 service accounts, which means 2 subscription fees. And if one of them is legacy, one of them will be at $9.99 and the other one will be at $12.99. So yeah. And also there's another confusion where your PlayStation Network account can only be linked to one Final Fantasy XIV game, as far as I understand, which is probably why they're allowing people to have multiple service accounts under your Square Enix account, because your Square Enix account can only be linked to one PlayStation Network account, or ID, maybe that's what it is. So I don't know if it works under, if you're on your PlayStation, if you have multiple accounts or multiple profiles, you might be able to add more Square Enix accounts, but if you just have the one, then it will just link to the one. So whatever, it's a non-issue for those of you who are going to do like me and just add service accounts to your one Square Enix master account. I hope that makes sense. If you need more clarification, let me know. But this is as well as I think I can explain it. So so it's kind of good, but it's kind of sucky if you want people to log into Final Fantasy XIV on your machine. They might require a few different steps. It might require them to make their own profile and then link their PlayStation Network account to that profile, which can be like, means that you have to deactivate it on the other PlayStation, and it's just freaking stupid. I've already had to do that for streaming video the other day, and it was retarded. But hopefully the PlayStation 4 is better when it comes to that managing accounts and stuff. But kind of doubt it, just because that's Sony for you. But anyway, what else do I have under the Moogle Speak stuff? Launch date, multi-platform. Oh yes, so they've released tour of Eorzea videos. The part 2 video was released. There is also part 1. So basically it just shows you what A Realm Reborn will look like come release, or what it's looking like right now. Actually, it's not come release, but they're basically just showcasing the new redesigned areas, and it looks pretty. It looks the same, but it looks at the same time very different from the original version. There's so much more detail. There's so much more, you know, awe-inspiring structures and environmental additions and all that, towers and big crystal structures and you know, just a lot of background that we didn't have before, a lot of things that make each landscape really different from each other, like all that copy paste stuff that was going on 1.0 and everybody's freaking out about it. I didn't really didn't care that much, but some people just couldn't handle the fact that some areas were copy pasted over and over and over on a certain, like, if you kept going on the same path, it was like, oh, it's that rock, oh, it's the same rock again, you know, like a couple paces down. But it's not like that anymore at all. But at the same time, there is more loading zones now, so which we didn't have before. But it's looking pretty dang impressive, very gorgeous. I'm not sure if people are still happy with the grass or not. I don't care. I don't know if I ever talked about the grass thing on this thing, but on these videos. But someone especially was very keen on making sure that the grass quality was, you know, high quality or whatever. I honestly think it's not a big deal. But actually the grass looks pretty fine to me. I mean, some areas are nice and lush and some areas are dried up and stuff, just like real grass. Yes. Anyway, moving on. What else? Oh, mini pets. Oh yeah, so I briefly touched on the mini pets because I was talking about the collector's edition stuff. And or did I talk about the collector's edition items? Maybe let's go back to that for a second. So for the collector's edition, you get an art book, you get an exclusive looking box, you get a special movie which details what happens to the adventurers of the Warriors of Light, what happened to them during the 7th Umbral era. So when they disappeared in that ending movie, the ending of an era movie, it's basically from what I understand, it should say what happens after that. So, which is basically what happens to you, to all the adventures. So I think I'm definitely ordering this collector's edition just for the movie. Just for the movie. So yeah. So I'm just sorry, I paused there because I'm just rethinking. I gave somebody some wrong information earlier, but whatever. And I thought the art book was actually another journal, but it's actually an art book. So I'm definitely getting another collector's edition. Yeah. And then you get a soundtrack, an art card set, which to me is no big deal. It's just like postcards with CG art to it, which is nice. And then you get a theme security token, just like, oops, sorry, just had we had before. This is mine from the first game. This one has a different logo on it, so Realm Reborn, yeah, design, so whatever. Alright, so the mini pets, what are those? So it's one of those things that Square Enix added to the game that a lot of people say that's gonna wowify the game. So a lot of people are like worried that the game is like World of Warcraft now. It's not, but it is a lot more. I don't want to say solo friendly, but it is more casual friendly than it's what it was supposed to be. Final Fantasy XIV was always supposed to allow you to be able to solo well. And I remember when the game first launched, a lot of people were slagging it because like, oh, it's too easy and you shouldn't be able to solo, blah, 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 blah. And you know what? They haven't changed their tune. They haven't. It's still the same philosophy that they had in 1.0, except now you can actually quest. It's quest-based now instead of grind-based. And that's how people are like, oh my god, it's just like, wow. It's really not. It's like any other modern MMO. And that's another topic as to if that's a good thing or not, but which I might address on another Moogle Speak. But for right now, basically they've added stuff like the mini pets, which you can also find in Guild Wars 2 actually. And the mini pets are collectible, cute little critters that follow you around. Like I said, there's a Kate Sith doll minion for those of us who pre-order a new game. So for those of us who are legacy players, or if you already have a version of the game, you cannot get these pre-order items unless you pre-order a new game. So it's not just automatically given to everybody that had the game. But if you want a new copy, if like for example you pre-order a new collector's edition because you want the new stuff, then go for it. Go for it. Then you'll get this stuff as well. So I'm actually going to pre-order the collector's edition again for the PlayStation 3, and then I'm gonna pre-order, or am I? No, I'm gonna pre-order collector's edition, probably Windows version for my daughter, and then I'm gonna pre-order a PlayStation 3 edition for myself. so I'll get the pre-order items, and I'll get all this stuff as well. But anyway, so yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah. So the mini pets, you also get the mini behemoth, and then there's other stuff. There's, I don't know if you looked at some of the screenshots or concept art for A Realm Reborn lately, and if you've seen some of the footage, you might have seen baby chocobos, and there's probably going to be like mini cactuars and all kinds of stuff. But these, I believe, are only aesthetic mini pets, and you can take them out and have them follow around, and that's kind of like catch them all kind of thing. I don't think they do anything as far as I know. They're just, again, aesthetics. What we do get are other mounts. In-game items, again, for the collector's edition, includes a curl mount, which, if you don't know what the curl is, it's basically like a scary leopard thing with big-ass whiskers or something that trails here. But they're very, and then they have claw, like their claws are kind of like reptile-like. So I don't know, it's kind of like a cross between a reptile and or leopard or something. I don't know, but they're very impressive looking. I've always wanted to have a curl as a mount, so yay! You finally get one, and you will also get Magitech armor as mounts, and all the mounts also can be companions in a sense because they can fight with you. And I think the chocobos, I'm not sure about the curl or the Magitech, but we were told that the chocobo friends or companions, whatever, as fighting buddies, they have like different things that they can do. Like you can set them for magic or defense or whatever. So, which is pretty exciting. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do with the mini pets. So I don't know, people are like, oh no, we don't want mini pets, we don't need mini pets. I'm like, I think it's kind of a cool, fun things to add to the game. I think fun things that are added to the game is just as important as, you know, the more central focused gameplay experiences like dungeons and whatever. I mean, that's important too, but I don't think that's the only thing that's important. I'm a very casual player, so when it comes to content like housing and mini pets and mounts and things that I can do that's not require too much of my time at a time, then I'm totally for, like fishing, crafting, and all that stuff. Those are all things that I enjoy a heck of a lot more than grinding for endgame and stuff, which I usually don't even partake in. I might for this game because this is going to basically give me my one MMO, other than some of the free-to-play stuff that I have on the side that I'll just like go into when I'm bored. But other than that, Final Fantasy XIV is basically the only real MMO for me because it has everything. That's the only thing too. Let me check if there's more news first to touch on. Housing implementation. Actually, this is kind of going long enough, so I'll just say what I have to say about that. People are like, well, would you even play this game? Or, you know, since the first launch was so bad, why would it give this game another chance? Or anything like that. But I would tell you why I played the game. And A Realm Reborn basically will have everything that I always wanted in an MMO. Everything that was promised to us in 1.0 that we kept waiting for is actually going to happen in A Realm Reborn, and it will happen fast. The content updates are supposed to be pretty aggressive, so it's going to be like every couple months or so we'll get a different update, which is basically similar to, I don't know if I say SOLTOR because that didn't work out, but the same as the Secret World, basically, and probably similar to Rift, like really strong updates, and which is why it has a subscription fee, and I'm happy it has a subscription fee, and I'm happy that it is a little lower because then it makes it more attractive for people to try the game for a little bit. And it's attractive for people to have multiple subs even if you want to go that route, which I am because I have people in the house who want to play too, and they need their own characters and accounts. So I'm very happy with that, and I'm happy that I can support a game that has tried so hard to gain back trust and said, okay, you know what, the current game as is crap, so the end just does not work for an MMO. You have to make a new engine or make more drastic changes to it so that it actually works on a console. All right. So those were pretty much the news from the week before. This week we had a producer's live letter, and which I watched yesterday morning. I didn't catch the beginning because I was sleeping, but by the time I woke up, it was like middle to end, so I got to watch a bit of it. Couldn't understand what they were saying, of course, but it was really cool to see, you know, live footage of the game, of areas that I have never been to before in the new version in the Realm Reborn. So they showcased Limsa Lominsa pretty much from what I saw anyway. And I do have all the questions that were asked during the Q&A, so I'll probably go through some of those. Also, before I go into the Q&A, there has been new stuff on the official website of FinalFantasy14.com. So there's new stuff on the info on disciplines, Disciples of the Hand and Land release. So about if you're worried about, not worried, if you had questions about Fisher and about culinary, all that, there's a little bit of a blurb about each one, about each of the crafting classes. So it looks like the crafting is still a class system, and that you switch your tool, and it switches your classes and your skills and all that. So it's not like a mini game like in some other games. So it is pretty much the same as 1.0, but probably a lot more streamlined. You now get, I believe, each class of the hand anyway gets a journal to see that progress. You get a recipe journal now, so that you know what to make and what you've made. So it's gonna be really, really good, much better than what the original game launched with anyway, which was really frustrating and nebulous. Disciples of the Land, again, there's, you know, botanist is still there. There's going to be a few changes, but the main basic structure is pretty much the same as it was. But okay, now back to the producer's live letter. We got this. What did we get to see? First of all, we got to see chocobos in action. So they summoned their chocobo, they were riding the chocobo, but they also were fighting with the chocobo, which was cool. And a very sad moment when the chocobo died. So your pets can die, of course, if you played with games that have pets in it, you know, this would happen. I'm not too sure if you can heal them or if you can, you know, what happens when you resurrect them or whatever. Or if there's probably, I'm thinking, a penalty for losing them, like you have to wait before you can call them back or something like that. But yeah, it was really, really neat. And okay, so here are the different questions that were asked during the live stream. Is it possible to have a storefront with a counter in your house, in your housing area? And they said, yes, it is possible. So you're able to sell stuff from your house, just like EverQuest 2, if you guys played that. We'll continue to add objects, and I believe it will be possible to have a store-like setup by using retainers and such. So you can probably like post a retainer in your house so they can sell things for you, which is cool, and I hope a lot of people use, because it will just make, I hope they make it as an incentive to do that, so that we can visit other people's houses. And yeah, I hope we'll be able to set permissions for people to like just publicly come in and visit. I know in EverQuest 2 that was available. Okay, will phase 3 of the beta test only be conducted on weekends? It will be at first. So just like the past beta test, we could only play them during the weekend, which was kind of lame. And then, but the later half of beta test 3 will have tests that are longer, so a few days. Or it doesn't say if it's going to be 24/7. I kind of doubt it will be. But sorry about that. But you know, it will be at least longer than just a weekend. If a housing area becomes full, will it automatically create a new instance, or is that something you will have to do manually? So they will actually be keeping tabs on how busy houses are getting. They will monitor the situation and add instances through updates when necessary. So it's not going to be instant. It's just going to be as they see how things go along. So it might actually, we might end up with congestion. The other thing too is once it's not the new shiny anymore, people have had houses for a while, and some people will actually never use the housing system. Once you know they call and everything, I would suspect that they would reduce the number of instances as well in the future. Will houses have balconies? There's a lot of housing questions. It will differ depending on the type of house. While some will have balconies, others won't. So I'm guessing that the ones that could have balconies are like the really huge mansions and the guild houses and stuff like that. Not so much the tiny little houses, the personal ones. Okay. What happens if there's a critical bug found during beta phase 3 or 4 and it cannot be fixed in time for release? If it came to this, I believe it would be difficult to release the game in that state, but the entire development team is working hard to ensure this not happen. I really don't think they're going to push back the release because of a huge bug. I think they're going to make their best to make the release as it is, because they've got, like, everything's pretty much set in motion now, that the release pretty much has to be August 27th, as it was announced. So, we're able to carry over our friend list and link shelf from 1.0. Yes, most of it will carry over. So that's really cool. That probably won't happen if you change servers yourself or if your guild leader changes servers. What did they say? Blah, blah, blah. When you first start a Realm Reborn, a mass friend invite will be sent to the players on your friend list, and if the other players accept the invite, they will be added to your friend list. Oh, okay, so that will be like, that will call a lot of people. And that will give the opportunity for people that are coming back, that are on your friends list, to stay on your friends list, basically. If the link shell leader chooses to go to a different world with the world transfer, the link shell will be disbanded. On the other hand, the friend list, okay, so if the leader moves, then the link shell will not exist anymore. But I'm sure you guys can find each other. Hope so. Show us the duty finder. The dungeons that you can participate in during the Duty Finder will be added to the Duty Finder list after you have completed the quest. Also, when participating in dungeons that are lower level than your character, level sync will be applied and it will be possible to participate at the appropriate level. You will be able to modify things such as language settings. Okay, so that's still kind of, I don't know. Hopefully it works really well, because group finders in the first game was kind of like whatever. I didn't really care for them, and it worked, but it was kind of really awkward the way it worked. So I'm hoping that this new duty finder or whatever is way more, not complicated, but has more features to make it user friendly and to make people want to actually use it. When the new Lodestone launch, if you don't know what the Lodestone is, that is basically the community, the official community website for Final Fantasy XIV, where the forums are on and where our blogs are on, because everybody that's a player gets a personal page, personal profile page, and you can post blogs on there and whatever. And that will be, they're opening it during beta phase 3, or perhaps between 3 and 4. They're working on it. They're making final checks. So yay! I'm just gonna skim through this stuff now. I'm just gonna talk about the stuff that I think is okay. So the regular recipes I was talking about earlier. Besides regular crafting recipes, there are special recipes that you can obtain as rewards from battle quests or achievements. While they will not be available at launch, you plan on looking into this for the future. So yeah. Oh yeah, when it comes to the server names, if you're wondering if your server that you're currently on is going to change names, it's not. All the names are staying. Before they were saying that they weren't sure what was going to happen, if they were going to change them or not. But basically they decided to stay with the legacy server. So all the legacy servers, even if you're not legacy, but if you played on an original server, let's say I play on Gungnir, that server will still be there. Now we don't know which ones are going to be flagged as international and which ones are going to be flagged as North American. Since some of us can't move to, the old players can't move to the brand new created servers that are reserved for just brand new players. Some of them will have to be designated in different regions. We don't know which one's going to be which. So the distant world link shell that I'm in are staying on Massmune as long as it stays international. So hopefully it's still going to be international. We don't have to do, well, I have to move because I'm actually on Gungnir, but I have to move to there. But hopefully they don't have to, replan or have everybody world transfer somewhere else, because that would be complicated. All right, new hairstyles. They actually did show some new hairstyles. There were some really pretty ones. They didn't show anything for the female Mikotes, which I was really bummed out about because I'm just dying to know if they have hair like mine. Like, if my Mikote can, wear something that's curly. I want curly hair for my Mikote, and I'm just waiting so long. I don't care if it's in a ponytail, as long as there's like curls somewhere or something. But, because I think my Mikote with the straight hair is just kind of like whatever. It's not really me, that's the thing. So I've been waiting for that. All right, what else? There's other stuff, but I'm only going to go through a few things. Otherwise, it's just going to be boring as video. Oh, so the one thing that was confirmed that I did talk about in previous videos, or my one previous video anyway, was whether there was that picture that was released as a screenshot, or screensaver, a wallpaper for the Windows platform, and it showed a job that looked like Arcanist, but it looked a lot like Scholar for Final Fantasy XI and other games, and people were like debating whether it was Arcanist or Scholar. It didn't make sense that it was Arcanist because all the other jobs around were jobs, not classes. Arcanist is class, not a job. So they did confirm that that image, whatever, did show the Scholar. Scholar is the 9th job. So yeah, I was right. Awesome. But a lot of us were like pushing for Scholar. We're like, yeah, in your face. It was awesome though. But I think Scholar is going to be the first job that I unlock, depending on what I need. Or maybe I'll go. I was planning on unlocking White Mage first. I believe that's what I was doing currently. But I also wanted Bard. So I want White Mage, Bard, and Scholar. But it'll be really hard for me not to go and level Arcanist. I think Arcanist will be most definitely tied to Scholar in some way. And if like Conjurer happens to be like the secondary class for Scholar, I'm so all over Arcanist at launch and just get my Scholar. And I think Scholar will be my main job. I don't know. But I'm definitely very, very excited about it. I'm also excited about Bard. So, but I need to play my Archer. So I think I've got Archer to 20 now. I'm not too sure, but I need to level them more. Okay, I need to take coffee. Good morning, coffee. Okay, is there any new information on Musketeer? Nope. Trollface. You have been dying to hear about the Musketeer class, or any gun class really, originating from Limsa Lominsa, and oh my gosh, they're not saying anything. So I'm thinking Musketeer is gonna come way after launch, or maybe not way after launch, or maybe in a patch or update or whatever. But it's not thing that is really on their must-do list right now. They've got a bunch of other stuff they need to do first. So unfortunately, we're probably not going to see Musketeer for like 6 months. I'm thinking that's my prediction. Do you have any plans to add another healer besides the White Mage? They said you might see a new class or job that can heal later on, so that's cool. Maybe Blue Mage or something like that. Who knows? Or Dancer, or a class that we have never seen before. That would be nice. Blah, 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 blah. A vanity slot. There will be a vanity slot probably sometimes in the future. They said to be implemented in the patch 2.2 and second major patch. So yeah, 2.0 will be the second major patch. And then they're not too sure how much freedom they're gonna give us to apply, you know, vanity stuff to our armor. So basically what the vanity slots are is slots so that they're just for aesthetics, they're not for stats or anything like that. But you'll be able to, let's say you have like this robe that you think is really ugly, but it's got awesome stats, you can apply the aesthetics of a different, cooler looking robe onto that. So I'm not too sure how it's going to work, but it's definitely going to be in there for the second major patch. Yeah. There will be restrictions such as, like, let's say black mages will not be able to equip heavy armor, for example. So that's cool. They showed us the monk in action. Actually, at the end of the live video, they showed us a new trailer, and the trailer showcases pretty much all the jobs, different things. Not all the jobs, but most of the main jobs that we know about, or that we are familiar with. Sorry, they showed us their abilities and all that, and them basically showcasing them fighting. So that was kind of cool. It was very flashy, lots of sparkles and stuff. So, but it was cool. I liked it. Monk was probably the coolest there, by far. And all their jobs can have the unique abilities. We kind of knew that. There's such a thing called the armory chest. What's the armory chest? You will have the ability to change into different classes jobs on a single character. Due to this, players often have to carry a large amount of equipment in their inventory. During the previous beta test, we received numerous feedback about the usability of the gear set. We discussed the matter internally, and we believe this is the best way to satisfy everyone's needs. All equipment will be stored in your armory chest. Oh boy. And you will be able to store up to 25 items per slot. In addition, you will be able to equip and repair by clicking on the item. As for the gear set, you will be able to select any item within the armory chest, and therefore will no longer need to prepare multiple items of the same type of the item. Is equipped by multiple classes. Isn't that awesome? That is just, oh, the best thing ever. If you play Final Fantasy XI and had to deal with gear swapping and just lugging all this freaking gear around, or trying to find a place to put your gear sets and having to pay money to put all your gear sets onto this one special NPC and shit. Oh my god, we might still need to have to do that, but this armory chest is probably the best thing that come out of this whole live letter as far as I'm concerned. That is so cool, be able to store everything neatly in a little package in your UI. That makes me so freaking happy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anything else? The start date of Phase 3, unfortunately, they said it was going to be early June. It's actually June 14th, which is right smack in the middle of June. So, you know, it kind of sucks, but whatever. At least we get a better Phase 3 at some point. I just want to remake my character and see all the options, really. I'm a bad beta tester. Not really a tester. But yeah, so that's basically what came out of the live letter. One thing I'm forgetting to mention was that previously, during my last video and this video, there was a tour of Eorzea. There was a new video released called A Tour of Eorzea Part 2. And basically it's just the developers showcasing the different camp areas and the different regions of the new Eorzea and showing us just the awesome redesign of the areas. I said areas a bunch of times, but anyways, it's just freaking fabulous. If you go to the official YouTube channel and check the tours of the Realm Reborn, because if you played the game before, even for just like a couple weeks, your mind's gonna be blown, because now the game actually looks and feels like a real Final Fantasy installment, because it's got all these epic structures everywhere, and it makes you feel like you are in a fantasy world and not some generic medieval whatever world. So, which is really neat. But yeah, this is pretty much all the news that I've got in my head. If you've got comments, questions, commentary, whatever you want to tell me I'm wrong about something, let me know in the comments. Follow me on Twitter, Geek Latte. I'm trying to be a little bit more active on that. I haven't kind of stayed away from Twitter a little bit just because my Twitter is crazy busy. So much stuff's going on. I'm like, what's going on? So it goes by so fast. I am on Google Plus. I'll put the link in the comment section or in the description below. And of course, my channel is Geek Latte or Cindy Michaud. So anyway, thanks for subscribing and thanks for being awesome. And we'll see you next time on another Geek Latte where I will bring up other stuff. Bye!